All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from iRacing Superspeedway. Chad Ragsdale, Austin Ruskoff on the front row. Patrick Pieper, Randy Sample of the second row. Clay Kirchenbauer, Dustin Slover on the third row. William Mann Jr., Vic Brown on the fourth row. Colby Whipple and Cody Kennedy round out the top 10. Jason McCod starting in 11th next to Kirk Marble in 12th. Edmund Jones in 13th. Brian Hewitt with his new name in 14th. David Lux in 15th. Ryan McDaniel, also a new name here tonight, starting in 16th. Tyler Ott, Bradley James 17th and 18th. Eric Walkowiak and Richard Cragen rounding out the 20-car field here at iRacing Superspeedway. There is quite a bit of banking there from where they're parked to getting up on the track. And it can cause drivers a problem. It looks like most of these guys managed to get up on the track without an issue. 80 laps here tonight, 20 to 25 on a tank of fuel. And you have to wonder what the odds are of seeing a green flag stop here tonight. And yes, we will make sure to show you guys some speeds and maybe even ride in car. You guys can see how hectic, chaotic, and fast it is when you're in the truck. Down into 3 and 4, the pace car will pull off on the front stretch. And all 20 of these unrestricted high-powered trucks are about to fire here at iRacing Superspeedway as the pace car dives in. Barney the Flagman stands ready. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at iRacing Superspeedway. Let the chaos begin. Now, despite the fact these trucks are unrestricted, it still takes almost a full lap before these guys hit their max speed. Also worth noting, at these speeds and unrestricted, a driver who's at the tail end of the pack at the start of a straightaway could very well be at the front by the end of the straightaway, as the draft is very strong, and if you know what you're doing, you can slingshot your way to the front in the blink of an eye. Out of turn 4, Austin Ruskoff's gonna bring him down. And Ruskoff leads lap 1 as Jason McCod. He's rolling back behind, but it looked like he got down by the pit road entrance. Ruskoff out front, Randy Sample right behind. Clay Kirchenbauer back in third, but now we are already 3 and at some places 4 wide. 4 wide into turn 3. We've got a truck headed for the wall. Caution is out. Looks like William Mann Jr. may have gotten the worst of that one. Kirk Marble and Austin Ruskoff also appear to have been involved. Kirk Marble is towed to pit road. Let's look at the replay. All right, here they go. 4 wide. Ouch. One truck just goes up the track and 3 of them end up in the wall. Looking down from the blimp. Oh, looks like the 2 in the middle slid up together. One more look at this, and let's slow it down just a hair. Like we said up top, when you're doing over 220, things go bad quickly. Looks like William Mann Jr. comes down just a bit across Ruskoff's nose. And collect Kirk Marble. And Kirk's engine immediately let go, hence his towing to pit road. Most of the field is on pit road. Likely topping off on fuel. Remember, 20 to 25 laps on the tank. Vic Brown, Cody Kennedy, Clay Kirchmauer, Colby Whipple, and Richard Cragen all stay out, putting Vic Brown up front. One fun note about this track, pace speed is 100 miles an hour. Everybody coming back out. Looks like Brian Hewitt may have taken tires. Patrick Pieper appears he may have also, no, Pieper was on pit road for repairs. William Mann Jr. still on pit road. Kirk Marble, despite towing, is back out on track. He will end up a lap down, but I have a feeling he'll have a shot at the lucky dog before long. Chad Ragsdale diving back in to top off. Lights are out. They're going to begin to stack back up. Looks like Vic Brown choosing to restart on the high side. Folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. All the previous races from this and every other season of C12 are on our YouTube channel, plus a lot of great YouTube racing, trucking, and other chaos shorts. Austin Ruskoff also in to top off on fuel. William Mann Jr. is back out on track in time. He will maintain the lead lap. Here they come through 3 and 4. Nice work, Gerald. Congrats. Here we go, down the front straightaway. Into the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Everybody just working on coming up to speed as quickly as possible. I mentioned it during practice, but on the entrance to turn 1 and turn 3 down the bottom line, there is a bit of a bump. When these trucks hit full speed and go off that bump, it can send a truck up the track if you're not ready for it. Only 2 wide at the moment. They haven't gotten back to 4 wide just yet. But I don't think it's going to take long as Edmund Jones tries to lead the 3rd lane up the middle. Whoa, they went up the track a bit. Close call. Now they're coming down. As Bradley James follows Edmund to the front. Edmund Jones takes the lead for the first time here tonight. Looks like William Mann Jr. is lost. What in the world? He'll clear the racing surface, no caution. Vic Brown leads the outside. We've got one in the wall back behind. Richard Cragen and looks like McCall, both involved. Caution is out. That looked like another hard hit into the outside wall. Let's take a look. There's McCall in the pink car up on the high side. Oh, look like one driver of the 6 comes down on the apron. Keep an eye on Richard Cragen there on the bottom. Just gets the apron, and one little touch of the apron here, you're going for a ride. Have a great night, Chrono. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. And looks like the vast majority of the field is coming in to top off again. Edmund Jones and Vic Brown stay out, as does Eric Walkowiak. It looks like everybody else is coming in to get a little fuel. And it does look like Kirk Marble has stayed out. He will get the lucky dog. Marble will be back on the lead lap. Chrono, thank you for all the subs, buddy. evening, Gene. How are you, buddy? Let's go back out on the pace truck. Austin Ruskoff, no surprise, Austin has jumped back to pit road. Nobody knows when that long green flag run is coming, and these guys will need every drop of fuel. Strategy may pay off here tonight. I'm doing all right, Gene. Edmund Jones in control, chooses the bottom line for the restart. Chad Ragsdale keeping the truck down on the apron as long as possible to conserve fuel. Well, maybe not. He's back up on track. Everybody is stacked back up, ready to go. Pace car about to drop in. And here they come toward the restart zone. Into the zone, the green flag flies. Edmund gets a bit of a breakaway really quickly, while Kowiak trying to pull him back up in second. And now the outside line starts to build some momentum. Oh, it does look like the outside line has started to shrink a little bit. And 3 wide at the front, Pieper in the middle. They slide up into the outside line for the moment. Clay Kirchenbauer alone in the middle. Out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Remember, lap to get these trucks to full speed. Clay Kirchenbauer now all alone, but help is coming. These guys are making some gutsy moves to get to the front. Four wide at the front, and remember, there's still room for more. Oh, while Kowiak gets a bump, Ryan is down through the apron. And the caution is out. Looked like Ryan McDaniel came across the nose of Eric Walkowiak. Almost had it saved. Let's see if we can see where this started. There's Ryan in the Kool-Aid truck. Walkowiak right behind. Ryan comes up, just barely gets his nose. Ended up getting into Clay for a moment. I think Kirk Marble caught a piece of it too. And somehow Ryan kept it going the right way. Cody Kennedy now has the fastest lap of the night so far, 51.25. Gene, yep, that you called it. We'll see a lot of the field on pit road again to top off. Looked like Pieper was not sure what he was going to do there. A few more than last time, staying out. Dustin Slover, Cody Kennedy, Tyler Ott, Jason McCod, Colby Whipple, Richard Cragen all staying out. I will admit, since 2002, this has been one of my, if not my very favorite track. 3 miles long, 10 degrees of banking on the straightaways, 36 degrees of banking through the turns. That's more than Talladega and Daytona. Plus 3 miles of unrestricted speed, man. I will tell you, in my experience, surprisingly, the car of tomorrow generally is the fastest car here. However, I haven't had a chance to test the Gen 4, so those very well could be the fastest cars on this track. The car of tomorrow does over 235 miles an hour around here. Should be getting 1 to green this time by. Chad Ragsdale and Austin Ruskoff back on pit road. Now these are two of the drivers that are in the SMR series on Sunday nights. If you've watched any of those races, you know fuel strategy does come into play from time to time. Austin has those races set up, so they have to make at least 2 stops throughout the race. And it does make strategy interesting, so a lot of those drivers that are in this league, also in SMR, you'll see them on pit road more than the rest. If we start a green flag run here, remember it takes a lap for these things to hit their full speeds, but it's really about the 3rd green flag lap when things get really exciting. The guys really feel the draft and can get those really big runs. That's when you can see a single guy go from the back and race his way to the front in a single straightaway, if he does everything right. Here we go. Pace car dives back to pit road. And green flag flies once again. Dustin Slover immediately pulls ahead and jumps to the high side. Tyler Ott, Cody Kennedy side by side for second. Kennedy leading the outside line. could be mistaken, but I do think I saw some damage on the back of Ruskov's truck. Expect to see a lot of that as they get to ball drafting here. That tailgate is gonna get out. Oh, close call out of turn 4 there. 4 wide, back down to 3 wide, and we've got one headed to the wall. He's in the middle, and a big one breaks out. Brian Hewitt, Richard Craig, and Cody Kennedy, Ryan McDaniel, Tyler Ott, all caught up. And it looked like the chaos started up front with Tyler Ott. Let's take a look. There's Tyler Ott in the 8 truck. You can see it just come up a hair. Collects the 6 and Craig, and they both come down the track. Several trucks managed to skirt through that. Looking at this from a different angle, there you see Ott goes up the track, and things get really messy right behind. There was one driver, it looked like, made it all the way through and just got a little tap at the end. Trying to see who that was. Looks like it was second in points, Vic Brown. Hey, good evening, Kenny. How are you? And let's see. We're going to dial up the in-car camera of Vic Brown. Riding down the front straightaway. You just see smoke up on the high side. Looks like he did get a little bit of a bump into the wall. And manages to make it through for a lot better than a lot of other trucks. One heck of a ride. So Dustin Slover still out front with Whipple right behind. Ryan McDaniel now to third. Now Clay is going to be scored in third, Ryan in fourth. Bradley James will come off pit road in fifth. Patrick Pieper in sixth. Eric Walkowiak in seventh. David Lux in eighth. Ruskov in ninth. David Lux in ninth. Ruskov in 10th. And when you are running these speeds at this track, you never know when the chaos will break out. A lot of the drivers are pacing around in fourth gear to help conserve fuel here. And several trucks diving back in. Chad Ragsdale, Austin Ruskov. Vic Brown appears to still be on pit road. Kirk Marble on his way out. Vic is on his way out, but will he beat the pace car? He did just barely beat the pace car. Looks like Vic chose to take manual repairs, saving one of his fast repairs for later in the race. You can run around here with minor damage like what he's got. As long as you stay mid-pack in the draft, you'll be okay. Dustin Slover and Colby Whipple will have the front row. And just for fun, we'll watch the drivers come up to full speed. As right now, we're checking out the telemetry on Dustin Slover's truck. Pace car is in. And here we go. Green flag is back in the air. Slover's away like a bullet. Slover gets to the high side. Whipple gets in line. 175 before they get into turn one. Out of turn two, down the back straightaway. They may be in fourth gear, but they are still coming up to speed. Clay Kirchenbauer right behind in second. Into turn three, over the bump. Just over 200 miles an hour off the backstretch. And 3 wide at the line. And you can see how much they bounce around going off into the turns. Oh, Clay Kirchenbauer's on the apron. Hewitt was partially on it. And Kirchenbauer's having to drop to the tail before he can get back up. Clay now back up on the track as they are 3 wide at the front. Edmund Jones, a bobble in the middle, coming through 3 and 4. We've got 2 cars around and in the air. And the caution is out. Looked like one driver was Ryan McDaniel who got up in the air. Let's see if we can see what happened. There's Ryan in the 66 in the middle. Quarter speed as they come through the turn. Oh, looks like David Lux bounced off the turn 4 wall. Lux gets hit by Hewitt. Lux runs into Ryan. They both get some air. Both drivers stick the landing. and most of the field manages to avoid the worst. Keep an eye on Lux in the 104 up top. Just a little too hard, trying to correct it. But one small mistake at the speeds they're running means chaos. Clay Kirchenbauer was back behind, just barely missed Lux as he came down and hit the inside wall. More drivers staying out this time. Colby Whipple, Edmund Jones, Randy Sample, Eric Walkowiak, Cody Kennedy, Jason McCod, Richard Cragen, and Clay Kirchenbauer stay out. Everybody else is on pit road. Looks like Brian Hewitt may have lost a lap. Looks like Brian Hewitt may have lost his mind. I think he's waiting for the lucky dog to trigger, but it does appear he has been waved by. So he will maintain the lead lap, and it's still a 20-car field on the lead lap. Patrick Pieper on his way out. Vic Brown still on pit road as Lux rolls out. Vic has to hurry or he's going to lose a lap. Looks like he'll beat the pace car again. And Vic is cutting it close, but he's managing to save those fast repairs for when he really needs them later in the race. Everybody stacking back up, ready to go. Despite the early incidents we have seen here, we have not even seen the worst of what this track can do. Especially what it'll do when something goes wrong up front and collects the entire field. Here we go, pace car dives back in. Into the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Nobody gets a big jump on this one. Randy Sample, Cody Kennedy pushing Colby Whipple up front as they go off into one. Oh, we've got, look like Clay Kirchenbauer making a dive to the bottom. Everybody fans out a little bit on the back. Clay goes to the high side. Clay making it 3 wide. Back down into 3 and 4, still 3 wide in the middle, while Kowiak on the high side. And let's take a ride around the track with Austin Ruskoff back at the tail end of the field. You can see 6 different lanes on this track, and I'll tell you, there's times when all 6 of them are getting you. Down the back straightaway, this is where you'll see most of the drivers make their big moves. Back off into 3 and 4, 3 wide up ahead. Once something goes wrong here, there is nowhere else to go. Riding along with Chad Ragsdale just ahead now. And you can see that bump as they go off into turn 1. That bump is in turn 1 and turn 3, but it's a lot worse on the bottom. Oh, we've got trucks in the wall. It's Cody Kennedy. No caution. Everybody got checked up in time. There's Cody in the 63 truck. Oh, he gets a bump from behind coming out of 2. Slams him into the outside wall, then down to the apron. You could tell he was fighting the truck the whole time. Finally gets it wound up and moving the right way again. Whipple still has the lead. Cody Kennedy has made it back to pit road. Chad Ragsdale and Austin Ruskoff have decided to back off the field. Top 5 single file, but Patrick Pieper leads the outside line. Big push from the points leader, Clay Kirchenbauer. William Mann Jr. got stuck in the middle all alone. He has drifted back. Cody Kennedy is coming back off track, and this pit road exit can be tricky. Whipple continuing to lead out front. Whoa, big bump, 3 wide. Hewitt goes to the high side. Now 4 wide as Hewitt falls back. Oh, we've got 2 trucks going to pit road. Caution is out. Looks like Hewitt and Cragen end up on pit road. And let's take a look at the replay. There's Brian Hewitt in the 19 truck. A lot of bobbling just behind him. And he ends up 4 wide as they come out of turn 4. Oh! He got smacked from behind by Dustin Slover. And man, what a ride Richard Cragen had. Dragging on the high side in the 6 truck. Slumber right behind. Oh, looks like Slover got the outside wall, came down and started the mess. Dragon appears to have gotten the worst. Gene, there is definitely a lot of that when you come to iRacing Superspeedway. Cody Kennedy gets a wave around. The rest of the field, everybody is in this time. Randy Sample in and out the quickest. He'll take the lead. Walkowiak comes out in second. Tyler on in third. We mentioned it earlier, coming off pit road under caution, not that hard. But the flat bottom to this track is very slick and greasy. It doesn't take much when you come out under green flag conditions, pushing the truck to get up to speed. Doesn't take much to go sliding around on the apron. Now, it's worth noting, back in the day, and I do believe that C12 has a white line or yellow line rule in effect. It's definitely worth mentioning, back in the day when this track originally came out, there was no such thing as a yellow line rule, and that back straightaway can end up 12 lanes wide if you make an attack low on the apron. Gene, I've had a few races here where I've wanted to do that. They stack back up for the restart. Randy Sample will be in control. This has allowed Austin Ruskoff and Chad Ragsdale, after topping off on fuel, they will be back in the lead pack. The question is, will they stay there? We had seen that they had dropped off the back. We often see that group break off and drop back at Daytona and Talladega. That's definitely a good idea here. The unfortunate thing is, because of the speeds here, you drop too far off the back, you'll never catch that lead pack again. All right, here we go. Pace car dives in. Into the zone they go. Green flag is back in the air. Randy Sample gets the nose ad off the start. Walkowiak up on the high side. Sample gets a big push from Tyler on as they go off into one. This is definitely not a track you want to be bump drafting through the turns. And it does look like Ruskoff And I believe that is Richard Cragen have dropped off the back. Vic Brown also way behind. He has still been working to get that truck back to full speed. He is still trying to hang on to those fast repairs. Meanwhile, 3 wide mid-pack. Brian McDaniel almost has a problem, and Clay Kirchenbauer has dropped to the apron and dropped back. It's the second time we have seen Clay make that move tonight. Out of turn 2, everybody back 2 wide. Then Pieper shoots to the high side. And when you get a run here, you gotta take it. Bradley James giving Pieper a push on the high side. Edmund Jones leading the middle line. Dustin Slover now heads up to the high side as well. Jason McCall all alone in the middle for the moment. Looks like Dustin's going to come up and give him a hand. Mid-pack through 1 and 2. Randy Sample still in control. Looks like everybody's starting to calm down, show a little bit more patience here. But in case you hadn't... Oh! Bradley James, man! What a hit for Bradley James. It looks like Pieper also got involved. Jason McCall also catches a piece of it. Caution is back out. Jason McCall, Bradley James both had to toe to pit road. And Bradley James' hit looked awful. There's Bradley James in the middle. Through 3 and 4. Looks like Ryan just bumped up the track. James hits hard. He was throwing body panels everywhere. Jason McCall in the pink 46. He couldn't avoid it. He gets part of it as well. Ouch. What a hit to the inside wall. Like something happened with Patrick Pieper down there on the bottom. Out of turn 4 down the front stretch. He just goes the apron, almost went to pit road. All right, getting word we should watch this from Edmund Jones' in-car camera. Here, whoa! And he did get a little bit of Bradley as he bumped off. That was a blink and you'll miss it moment. One thing's for sure, Gene, if they were in a full motion rig in VR, they'd be sick right about now. Austin Ruskoff has been dropping off the back so far. Let's see if we can talk to him. Hey, Austin, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
I have to say, I know you're going to top off on every pit stop, but I'm curious, is the strategy to drop off the back and just ride for a little bit?
Pretty much. I mean, these cars are a little squirrely here. I mean, they're blast. But 4 wide, I've already got wrecked once. I'm just trying to survive here.
Probably a good strategy, and I have a feeling over the next over the next little bit, you'll probably have more people joining you.
I hope so. I know Ragsdale here, he wants to ride around in the back a little bit, so we'll just kind of stick back here, let things play out, and go for it at the end.
Well, good luck, man. It's been one heck of a ride so far.
Thank you, Doug.
I actually used to go to the in-cars of cars that were involved in wrecks, and I started having people who get motion sick or car sick complain. That's kind of why we stopped doing it. And especially with these trucks, the speeds they're at here tonight, anybody watching likely gonna get sick. You never know, we might give a warning before the night's out and do one in-car wreck. It's also worth noting some of these drivers who you'll see don't attempt to save the truck, just lock the brakes up. Some of them have very, very strong direct drive force feedback wheels. And a big wreck could break a wrist. Green flag is back in the air. That outside line starting to work. Cody Kennedy pulling ahead. But Cody loses all his help to the bottom as Whipple goes down. Ryan almost got the apron. Just at the halfway point. Already going back 3 wide racing. And it looked like one, I believe it was Edmund Jones, may have kissed the wall in the backstretch. Bounced off, kept moving. Wow. Edmund Jones is losing ground, may have lost some momentum. There's one truck hard in the outside wall. Caution is back out. Looks like Kirk Marble, Chad Ragsdale involved. Looks like Clay Kirchenbauer may also have had an incident. Let's see what all happened on this one. There's Kirk in the 16 truck on the bottom as they come out of turn 4. Whoa, Clay Kirchenbauer. Looks like where this started, but Kirk Marble went halfway down pit road. Taking a look at Kirchenbauer up there on the high side. Randy Sample right behind. I think there may have been a little bit of a bump. And whoa, Patrick Pieper had one heck of a ride. Taking a closer look at Pieper in the 38. He had one heck of a run coming through there. Up the middle, 4 wide. He goes down to the bottom, but Clay manages to find him. Wow, and Edmund Jones gets involved. Randy Sample also catching a piece. Richard Cragen also caught a piece. He had to tow it to pit road. And as we saw with Kirk Marble, you have so much speed, so much momentum, he just kept spinning down through pit road. He was about halfway to his pit stall when the truck finally slowed down. Let's get a word with second place, Colby Whipple. Hey, Colby, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, Doug?
I have to say, man, I don't know how you're still in one piece. It seems like everything pops off around you and nothing touches you.
I got nothing for you. I've avoided what I needed to outside of my really early drifting incident. I don't know if you caught that. That scared the crap out of me, but yeah, doing good. Have all my fast repairs still. No damage. Just having fun. Trying to stay toward the front.
Well, it seems to be paying off. We've seen a couple incidents literally start right behind you, and they just don't touch you. You've driven through one or two. I mean, did you put a new Lucky Charm in the rig this week?
No, it's right place, wrong time. Right place, right time, I guess, in my case, with being able to avoid the stuff. The track is so wide and has so much grip that it's not... If you have even half a second of time to react, you're good to go and get out of the way. So just lucky. I'm drinking a really gross beer right now, so maybe that's the case. Maybe I need to drink gross beers more often when I'm racing instead of good ones. Yeah, I don't know. Just having fun up here.
Well, keep up the fun, and if gross beer does it, I mean, I don't know, that's a big sacrifice, but good luck.
Hey, a beer's a beer.
Hey, that's not true. Don't you ever say that to me again. Keep it up, buddy. Good job.
All right, thanks, Doug.
We will be having a private discussion with Colby Whipple after the race, and make sure he is drinking quality beer in the future. Folks, in addition to our regular broadcast of Home Motorsports tomorrow night, Saturday night we will be having a special charity event race. The broadcast will start just after 8:30 Eastern. More high-speed racing as they go to Talladega to raise money for one of the awesome autism charities in Arkansas. Tyler Hunt, Colby Whipple on the front row. Pace car is in. And here we go, green flag back in the air. Wow, Whipple gets one heck of a run off the start. Ott was away like a bullet, but Whipple, with help from behind, already pushes to the front. And already 3 wide as they come through 1 and 2. Luck settling back into 2 wide for the moment. Now Patrick Pieper makes a move to the bottom. Randy Sample makes a move up top. Sample takes the lead. Dustin Slover stuck in the middle, losing some ground. He finds Edmund Jones, gets a little bit of help. Sample dropping back to the bottom, hooked up with Peeper. That outside line, now just 2 trucks at the moment. Edmund Jones, Dustin Slover, they are losing ground. Close call there, out of turn 2. But remember, getting the momentum here and finding the right time to make your move is most important at this point in the race. Being back a little bit is not gonna hurt. Single file, about the top 7 single file for the moment. Clay Kirchenbauer trying to make his way back toward the front. Ruskoff right there with him. William Mann Jr. with him as well down on the bottom. Oh, Ryan McDaniel drifting back, coming out of turn. Holy cow! Hold on to her, Ryan. Ragsdale has to move. Ryan may be a little bit off pace. Looks like he just lost some momentum. He's coming back up to speed. And you lose a little bit of momentum here, and you lose a lot of ground. Dustin Slover connects with Ryan, and they start moving forward. Austin Ruskoff, Clay Kirchenbauer, William Mann Jr. back behind. Kirk Marble has lost the draft. Back in 16th. Vic Brown back in 17th. Still on the lead lap. Bradley James, the first car, 1 lap down in 16th. Cody Kennedy, Richard Craig, and Jason McCaud out of the race. Brian Hewitt still on pit road. And the caution flies again. Ryan McDaniel caught up in it. Bradley James also, and Colby Whipple is in it. Let's see what happened to Whipple. Dropped back in the field just a little bit. Oh, Bradley James was sideways just ahead. Wow. See if we can see what happened to Bradley James to send him up the track. Ragsdale right behind him. Oh, Bradley just barely touches the left sides onto the apron. David Lux catches a piece of it as well. Clay Kirchenbauer, wow. Randy Sample is leading the pack in. Tyler Ott stays out. Eric Walkowiak stays out. Folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and especially YouTube. Got a lot of new YouTube shorts coming out over the next few days, and we'll have quite a few after this one. Just past the halfway point. Yeah, we're going to have quite a few new shorts coming out this week. Tyler Ott stays out. He'll take the lead back up front. Ott had been up front leading earlier. Worth noting, Ott started in 17th, now leads, but Eric Walkowiak started in 19th, excuse me, up 17 spots now into second. Kirk Marble is rolling back off pit road. Vic Brown, Bradley James still getting repairs. Bradley James now on his way back out. Chad Ragsdale, Austin Roscoff are headed in. They will top off on fuel. Now, we mentioned it earlier on in the pre-race that tonight could have a huge impact on the points. At the moment, no big impact though. Points leader Clay Kirchenbauer currently in 9th. Second in points, Vic Brown back in 15th at the moment. Gene, I may need one after this one. Fastest lap so far tonight, Dustin Slover. He ran a 49.55. Only a handful of drivers under the 50-second mark so far. Although I have a feeling we get a long green flag run, we'll see everybody under the 50-second mark. Here we go, pace car dives to pit road. Green flag is back in the air, 30 to go here at iRacing Superspeedway. Oh, Randy Sample started blinking, got turned around, he is going down the apron. We've talked about the effects of the blink in the past, but it is especially a big problem here. A truck disappears in front of you at 220 miles an hour. Excuse me. A truck disappears in front of you at 220 miles an hour. You don't know where it's going to reappear. All you can do is react. Plus, you lose all that draft when that truck disappears. Ryan McDaniel starting to make his way back toward the front. Points leader Clay Kirchenbauer on the move as well. Whoa, Walkowiak goes to the apron at a 2. Eric manages to hold on to it as Edmund Jones and Patrick Pieper pull out to the front. Tyler Ott on the bottom with the push from Walkowiak. Reclaims the lead, but now we're 3 wide. Slover leads the outside line. They're going to go 3 wide back into turn 1. And while they're 3 wide, those single trucks back behind will have a chance to pull back up. Guys like William Mann Jr., Chad Ragsdale, Austin Ruskoff back behind. Ragsdale and Ruskoff drop to the bottom. William Mann Jr. left hung out to dry. That's about the second or third time that's happened to him. While Kowiak comes up into Jones. And the caution is out. Patrick Pieper catches a piece of it. Looks like Slover also got involved. There's Pieper and Jones up on the high side. Edmond comes down while Kowiak comes up. They meet in the middle. Slover also gets a piece of it. Pieper just had nowhere to go. He was right there when it happened. This is a fun track to race at, but it can be frustrating. And it looks like Tyler Ott's going to lead them in. Eric Wilkowiak, Clay Kirchenbauer, Colby Whipple, David Lux, Chad Ragsdale, Austin, almost everybody is in. Ryan McDaniel staying out. They are right on the edge of the fuel window. We said in pre-race 20 to 25 laps on a tank of fuel. They're right on the edge of it. One more caution, they should be able to stretch the fuel from here. Points leader Clay Kirchenbauer coming out in second. Edmund Jones in third, Whipple in fourth, Ragsdale now in fifth. David Lux, Eric Wilkowiak, Austin Ruskoff, William Mann Jr., and Tyler Ott round out the top 10. You know, Dustin Slover got caught up again in this one. I don't think Slover has avoided anything tonight. Let's see if we can get a word. Hey, Dustin, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got ya.
Hey, man, I was wondering if you've ever heard of wreck avoidance, because you haven't all night. Do you have a magnet on your truck that's pulling everybody to you?
I feel like it. At the same time, it was like, I don't know. I've been in every single one. A couple of them's really been my fault, but it is what it is. It's it's a super speedway. Fast racing, somebody comes up on you quick, you're not realizing it, you misjudge it, and you get into somebody.
Oh, it definitely has been an exciting but rough night for you, man. Hopefully you'll be able to make it to the end if you use both your fast repairs yet.
I still got one left. I just used my first one just then. I have the fast run, so hopefully I can catch the right run at the end and capture it.
Well, man, so far you're one of the fastest out there. Hopefully your luck changes. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Dustin Slover, despite being caught up in everything, still a very good attitude. Oh, and Chad Ragsdale, Austin Ruskoff, no surprise, both went to pit road. Ryan McDaniel leading for the first time here tonight. Another driver who's had a hard time avoiding much. He hasn't been in as many as Dustin so far, but he's been in quite a few. Out of turn 4, a pace car about to dive in. There he goes. Down the front straightaway. Here we go into the restart zone. Green flag flies again. Ryan gets a good jump, bringing Whipple with him. Clay up on the high side. Lux right behind. Now Whipple goes to the high side. Ryan has no help for the moment. And Whipple reclaims the lead. They're 3 wide mid-pack, now 3 wide up front. Clay Kirchenbauer drops to the bottom. Looks like Lux giving him a push. And the points leader is out front for the first time tonight. 24 laps to go. Remember, if this stays green, I don't think everybody can go the distance. One more caution though, and everybody can make it. Clay Kirchenbauer does lead a lane. Easy, Whipple. You might be wondering what Colby was doing there. Well, that's him showing everybody on track how to Whipple and nay-nay. Whipple pulling even with the leader. Lux goes way up the track. Fortunately, they were too wide at the moment that happened. That bump will throw the truck around if you're not paying attention. Top 5 single file on the inside. 4 more single file on the outside. Austin Ruskoff, Bradley James at the back. Kirk Marble almost out of the draft. He's got Patrick Pieper. Pieper currently a lap down. Eric Walkowiak on the high side has been moving forward all night long. Kirk Marble behind Patrick Pieper. Kirk's truck appears to be back to normal, but man, it looks like Kirk is off pace. He can't hang. We'll see if he can hold on to Pieper. He lost a lot of ground there. I did hear one of the drivers who was their first time ever racing here tonight. First time he had ever been on track, he mentioned, you pull out of the draft here without any help, you lose a ton of speed. It can be as moly cow. Volkowiak shoots up the track. Clay is on the apron. And I believe William Mann Jr. is on the inside wall. He is rolling again. Oh, Whipple is off the track into the inside wall. All right, let's see first what happened with William Mann Jr. There he is going off into 3 and 4. Sitting back in line. Everything looks okay. Everybody tightens back up. Oh, Junior goes down. Gets smacked from behind by Lux. Then a moment later, Colby Whipple, who had been up toward the front leading, and had successfully demonstrated how to Whipple and Nene. Out of turn 2. Oh! Edmund goes a little low. When he comes back up, he finds Whipple's quarter. And Whipple slams the wall hard. David Lux and Colby Whipple are both on pit road. We saw Colby's engine letting go. Meanwhile, his lead pack have a little bit of a gap on the vehicles behind. Clay Kirchenbauer at the tail end in 8th. Walkowiak is off track. Slover got down to the apron, but he has saved it. Let's see what happened to Eric as they come down the backstretch. Slover right behind. Walkowiak goes up, comes back down just a hair, comes across Slover's nose. And wow, Eric went for a ride. Eric Walkowiak has come to pit road now. The lead pack progressively getting smaller. Hey, good evening, Mark. Thank you for the stars, buddy. Cody is already out of the race. Kirk is heavily damaged, but still in the lead lap in 8th. Bradley James up top, all alone for the moment, but he's pulled even with Slover. If he can get a little side draft, he can pull ahead, but right now he doesn't have any help up top. Now that is Ryan up top. Ryan will slide back in line, about 5th place. Dustin Slover continuing to lead. You knew he mentioned it earlier, he had a plan for late in the race. I don't think he expected to be up front now. And it looks like he is going to drop back just a little bit. Likely trying to get into the draft and conserve some fuel. And Bradley James now takes the lead. Looks like the top 6 still single file. Clay Kirchenbauer back in 6th. Tyler Ott right behind in 7th. They are still within range to pick up the draft. Looks like they're playing it a little bit safe, but too much further. They will lose that lead pack. They've got to be careful. Bradley James has dropped to the apron. And Ryan McDaniel will take the lead. Austin Ruskoff for the moment alone up top. Ruskoff able to slide back into fourth. "13 laps to go, and the question has to be asked, how many of these drivers can make it on fuel?" I suspect that everybody needs one more caution. They wouldn't even need to come to pit road. They just need the caution in that few laps. Ryan McDaniel continuing to lead. The lead pack about to pick up some lap traffic. Edmund Jones and Vic Brown. Edmund and Vic will pull in line. The battle's going to be between them. If the caution comes out, one of the two will be the lucky dog. Car blinking up on the high side. Everybody stays low. No harm, no foul. Edmund Jones currently in 10th. Vic Brown in 11th. Edmund in the lucky dog slot. And in a way, folks, you really want to see that 66 truck make it to the end out front. The last year and a half has been such bad luck for Ryan. I'd really like to see him have a good finish here tonight just to break the jinx. Clay Kirchenbauer at the back of the lead. No, Tyler Ott now at the back in 7th. Kirk Marble back in 8th, drafting Patrick Pieper in 12th. William Mann Jr. for the moment, still in the lead lap back in 9th. Edmund Jones, the first car, one lap down in 10th. We knew a lot of trucks wouldn't serve. Bradley James is coming in alone. So it looks like they won't make it on fuel. And we might see, we might see green flag stops here tonight. Now remember, pit road speed 65 miles an hour. They're doing upwards of 220. Pit road entry will get dicey. Bradley James pitting without any drafting help. That could be fatal. Conversely, if everything goes wrong when these guys come in, he might have been the smart one. Lead pack continues to stay out. Bradley James has completed his stop and is coming up to speed on the backstretch. Looks like Ryan McDaniel, he did not come in under the last caution. He is definitely going to need fuel. Everybody else on the lead lap has been in on lap 55, but man, is it going to be close. There is no way Ryan McDaniel can make it to the end on his fuel. He's gonna have his fingers crossed for a caution here. Also open for a caution, William Mann Jr. Hey, good evening, Onyx. How are you? William Mann Jr. hoping for that caution to keep it. Here we go. Ryan McDaniel comes to pit road. Gets down out of turn 4. He's got her woed up. I definitely appreciate it, Onyx. Hope you're having a good one. Dustin Slover now has the lead with 7 to go. Chad Ragsdale in second. Ruskoff in third. Clay Kirchenbauer, Slover in first. Ragsdale in second. Austin Ruskoff in third. Clay Kirchenbauer in fourth. Tyler Ott in fifth. Ryan McDaniel coming back off pit road. Kirk Marble has now made his way up into 6th place and is getting a ton of help from Patrick Pieper. The leader's catching up to William Mann Jr. down the back straightaway. And Junior will go a lap down. Austin Ruskoff through 1 and 2. Went up the track, got Edmund Jones there with him. And here they come, 5 laps to go. Most tracks we talk about it, 5 laps would be roughly 5 to 7 miles. This track, it's 15. Still a lot of time to decide this one, and it's iRacing Superspeedway. Anything can and often does happen. Onyx, it definitely is, but you should have been here for the chaos earlier. We're going to have some great YouTube shorts from this one. Flying trucks, the whole 9. Four laps to go. Kirk Marble is coming in with Pieper. He'll give up 6th place. That'll help Bradley James, who pitted alone. Ryan McDaniel not far behind Bradley. The lead pack is coming quickly. Now we know that Chad Ragsdale and Austin Ruskoff were diving back to pit road topping off. If these guys run out of fuel on the final lap, those will be the 2 that have the advantage. Clay Kirchenbauer, the points leader, in 4th. Second in points, Vic Brown back in 11th. We thought tonight could be a big setback for Clay's championship hopes. Nope, he has done it all right all night long. Dustin Slover has blinked. Big time. He may have lost connection. Ragsdale going up the track just in case he reappears. And now Chad Ragsdale has the lead. Vic Brown, William Mann Jr. going to pit road. 2 laps to go, and Clay Kirchemauer goes to the lead. Clay got one heck of a run out of turn 4. Colby Whipple is going to pit road. Tyler Ott now has the lead for the moment. As here they come through 3 and 4. Remember, the slingshot, the draft here is huge. That last lap, we could see multiple lead changes. And here we go. The white flag flies. One more time around the 3-mile behemoth. iRacing Superspeedway. Who will it be? A heartbreak for Dustin Slover. It looked like he had a shot at his first C12 win. Lost connection. Clay Kirchemauer peeks out up top. Austin Ruskoff coming to help. Ragsdale back behind. Clay takes the lead into turn 3. Tyler Ott sitting there, but Ruskoff back just a hair, setting up a run. To the bottom for Ott. Ruskoff on the move. Ragsdale's got a big run. At the line, it's Tyler Ott with the win. Wow. I knew Ragsdale was back there lurking and had the perfect position. But let's see. Watching this as they come down the back straightaway. We'll talk to our top 3 here in just a moment. We'll slow it down and see if we can get a camera on the start-finish line when they get there. Here they come out of turn 4. There's the move by Tyler Ott. There comes Ragsdale to the bottom, Ruskoff to the top. They get into the restart zone. Clay blocks. Ragsdale has the big run, but as they come down, Ott by a nose. That was so close. Wow. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Clay Kirchemauer. Clay, early on, man, I didn't know if you were going to survive this one.
Yeah, I made a few business decisions there, especially about halfway. I had one faster pair left and just decided to kind of ride around. And when that last yellow came out, you know, everybody was about 3 laps short in fuel, and so I just started right then, immediately saving fuel, and I ran out of gas just past the finish line there. So time to perfect.
Man, I have to say that battle out of turn 4, it was anybody's race at the line. That was incredibly close.
Yeah, you know, haven't been in a lot of super speedway finishes in this league. I usually get wrecked pretty early, so you know, I just decided to get to try to control the race into turn 3 and block as best I could, rather than try to time it and hope for help. And you know, a few inches away from winning one of these.
Well, man, a great finish. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Clay did exactly what he needed to do for the points. Let's talk to second place Chad Ragsdale. Chad, I have to say, watching you out of turn 4, I knew you were positioned perfectly if you had just started your run a split second sooner.
Yeah, coming off 2 there, I had 1 lap of fuel, and I was scared if I got on it right when Clay and them did, I wasn't going to make it to the checkered flag. And maybe 100 feet more, I probably would have had it. But I was hoping when they blocked Austin, they would collect each other and scrub enough speed for my run to work out.
Well, man, it definitely was one heck of a move. A great strategy all night to keep you out of trouble and keep you filled up, and it worked out really, really well, man. Great job tonight.
Thank you. I just need to carry this book over to SMR.
Yes, you do. All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
And finally, our winner. I cannot remember the last time Tyler Alt was in victory lane, but he's back there tonight. Tyler, man, I honestly did not see you winning this one. Even coming out of turn 4, I thought Ragsdale had it.
I finally did it. I've been trying so long. I was so glad that Clay passed me in the backstretch. I'm like, I'd rather be on offense than defense.
Definitely here, being on offense is the way to be. And coming out of turn 4, man, like I said, Ragsdale was set perfectly. Had he started a half second earlier, you'd have been in second, but he timed it right. You and Clay side by side prevented Ruskoff from getting a run, and man, you managed to get it done. That was an awesome finish and a great win.
Yeah, I'm lots of words right now. I'm so happy.
Well, man, you definitely deserve to be. Go drink a cold one with your team. You're in victory lane, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Now, Tyler Ott speechless after getting to victory lane. We're not done racing this week, though. Tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Home Motorsports is back on track. And Saturday night at 8:30 Eastern, we have that autism charity race. So make sure you come join us for that. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did. One heck of a finish. Good night from iRacing Superspeedway, everybody.